it's about to get a little bit frigid.
It is, yeah, icy. That's the last thing that I really want to be talking about is ice in December. We want some snow before Christmas, but we have freezing rain and snow developing tonight. It's already starting to take shape in southwestern Iowa. It's going to impact travel, and there will be some both accumulations of ice and snow. The number one issue that we're concerned about is that glaze of ice. You know, there's a lot of treated surfaces out there already, but it is still going to impact travel. And just a heads up, even if the road is taken care of right in front of your house, sidewalk, your driveway, your front stoop, it's going to be icy. There is an alert day here for all of Saturday, and we do have a winter weather advisory in effect for our entire viewing area. If you are going to be heading down to the southeast from Waterloo to around Cedar Rapids, there's an ice storm warning. They're looking at ice accumulations of a 1/4 inch or more. That's really concerning. We could have a couple of spots where the ice accumulations get to a couple tenths of an inch. That is plenty. That's too much. Right now, though, just some cloud cover. We've got the cloud cover here. Now, there's where that storm system is starting to take shape already, down into southwestern Iowa. And that is why the winter weather advisory is in effect from midnight until midnight tomorrow night. It is in effect a little bit earlier in parts of Iowa. That technically went into effect at 4 p.m. in Mason City, but it won't be until very late this evening that we start to see those impacts around our north central Iowa counties. This storm system coming out of Kansas, moving into Missouri and Iowa and bringing more moisture with it. And while it has been cold, temperatures start to rise tonight. And that's one of the oddities about it, is that our temperatures have been below zero, and they were this morning. And now, in less than 24 hours, there's warm air coming in aloft that is above the freezing mark at around 5,000 feet. So that's why it's making for this. This is mixed precipitation and freezing rain coming in after midnight tonight. It's going to be off and on, mostly on. By the start of the day tomorrow, we have another surge of moisture coming our direction. There will be occasional snow in the mix. But as I mentioned, that number one concern is any water, that freezing rain that's falling, freezing at the surface. Roads, the ground, it's all down below the freezing mark, and by the end of this thing, there will be a touch of snow. So we could have some accumulations in a few spots up to around an inch, and in a perfect world, all this would change here late tonight and it ends up being snow instead of rain, which would be a whole lot easier to deal with. But right now we've got a glaze of ice coming our direction. Here's one of the predictors right here. Amounts not looking to be major for us, but it is enough to make it very icy and getting ugly in northeast Iowa, where amounts of ice could be around a 1/4 inch or more. Snow potential is not looking to be very high, but there will be a couple of pockets that are close to around an inch, especially in northeast Iowa and maybe north central Iowa as well, from St. Ansgar down to around Mason City. Temperatures right now, they're in the teens, above zero. Good news there. And as far as how things look across the area, all is quiet right now. If you want to get out and about, temperatures are cold, they're in the teens, but we do have just a simply cloudy sky. But through the day tomorrow, off and on wintry mix. Freezing rain and snow. That is our number one concern there. So the wintry mix developing after midnight tonight, winds gusting up to around 25 miles per hour, and a high tomorrow of 32. Snow, freezing rain likely. Ice is to be expected if you're out and about. Question mark is on road conditions tomorrow. Temperatures will just be struggling by the late afternoon to get to about the freezing mark, so the majority of the day will be below freezing. And while many roads are treated, there is going to be continuous rain that tends to wash off some of that brine, and at the same time, you can't necessarily assume that what you're driving on is going to be just fine because it was treated, and especially some of the side roads, they'll be icy as well. So take it easy if you've got to get out and about.
Absolutely, and you'll be tracking this for us all night.
All night and tomorrow morning as well.
All right, thank you, Randy.